Brilliant effort from Orient, who pushed City absolutely all the way. Joining the show now is the Orient manager, Richie Wellens. Morning, Richie.
Good morning, Richie.
Morning, Jeff. Morning, Gabby.
Morning, mate.
Look, mate, you must have been so proud of the effort the boys made.
Oh, unbelievable effort. We realise that no matter what team they pick, you're talking about world superstars, the pace and the skill. But more than anything, Jeff, I was pleased with. We press a lot of teams in our league. We get after them. We dominate the ball the majority of the times. So to go completely against that and ask them to block spaces, make sure they're disciplined in the shape. But then more important than that, when we won the ball back, not just give it back to them, because it would have been a long, long afternoon for us. We got the first pass in, we got the second pass in. I always thought it was a threat in the game. So players take a huge amount of credit.
I was watching the game, Rich, and I was shouting when that last minute effort over the bar, and he went straight to the fans, and the fans were like, "How has he missed that?" But that just shows how well you did in the game, that you could have got level so late on.
Yeah, I always thought it was a threat. You know, they had a new centre-back pairing, both in the first half, and he made 2 changes at centre-back at second half. So he was always in the game. We always had chances. But if you've seen our centre-back and captain Dan Hatt finish, then it was no surprise to us. He's not the greatest finisher.
Brilliant. Oh, look, I mean, obviously, Jamie Donley's got the headlines with that amazing strike, but so many of your players, Charlie Kelman, I mean, you should give him a week off. I know you've got games this week, but he must be absolutely knackered. Ethan Galbraith, the goalkeeper, everyone played out of their skin.
Yeah, and we've actually got a load of injuries. So our wingers, when we press, we get after teams, but we lost a lot of pace and power on the injury list. So we had to change the way that we prepared in the week, going with 2 different wingers that were more technical, ball to feet. So our wingers were really disciplined and really good. Ethan Galbraith, we rejected a bid from Swansea for £1 million. I think his value trebled or quadrupled after that game, because his sharpness, he can play for any team in the Championship, Ethan, and hopefully if he carries on the development, he can play in the Premier League. Donley and Keeley, we hope, will go back to Tottenham in the summer and try and get back in their first team. So Kelman as well, he's on loan from QPR. Unfortunately, after that performance, now we're probably priced out of buying him in the summer, but he's brilliant for them young players. All of them are 23 and younger, so hopefully they can go on and finish the job for us and get promoted and then see where we go in the summer.
You talk about young players there, but what I loved was Darren Pratley coming on. 39. Had to check my phone for a second. I'm thinking, I played against this guy like 20 years ago. How is he still playing? How good is to have him and his experience around the team?
Our supporters still, every time he comes on, he's saying 10 more years, Darren Pratley. But he's been fantastic. It's not a game that he's suited to his strengths. His second balls, his grit, his determination, his running. And that was more about being patient in your shape, blocking lines. But the influence that he has on the younger players, the professionalism to still be playing at 39. Yep. He takes his top off, his body fat, he's still really lean. He's a great example for anyone at the football club.
Tell us about Pep. Did he have anything to say to you afterwards, Richie?
Loads, Jeff. He was with us for 20 minutes. He was absolutely amazing. I don't think he was too pleased about his performance. I think he was relieved just to get over the line, and he's got Madrid on Tuesday. But for him to come up and show as much passion and go into as much detail about his experiences at Barcelona and Bayern Munich, the players that he's worked with, and also then speak to us about our tactics and the way we went about it and the things that he was looking at in our previous games that maybe we can take 1 or 2 things from it and improve. I have to say that the City security staff, you've seen these Premier League teams, they bring a whole wealth of staff with them, load of security, but they're not arrogant in one way. He was all brilliant. The players and the staff was brilliant with our young mascots, with our players. So he wasn't just champions on the field, he was champions off it as well. I thought he was a brilliant football club.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Look, how do you get them back down to earth? Because you've got a couple of big home games this week. I'm thinking back to the last time I was at Orient, and it was only 4 or 5 years ago, and they were a National League team. And here you are, you've got a chance of certainly making the playoffs and a place in the Championship.
Well, that's my job, to make sure that we understand now the atmosphere is not going to be as good on tomorrow against Mansfield. The intensity of the game is going to be different. Our concentration levels still have to be the same though. So it's my job today to pick them up. I'll probably make 4 or 5 changes because we had 3 players cup tied for the game on Saturday. But that's part of my job. It's important that doesn't matter if you're playing Man City or Mansfield, you still have to go out and do the basics and make sure that you give yourself a good framework to work from.
Brilliant, Richie. Look, fantastic.
Yes.
It was great. You did the EFL League One absolutely proud as well. Good luck for the rest of the season, mate.
All the best, mate.
Pleasure, lads. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
I know I say this about a lot of clubs, proper club, Orient.
Of course they are.
Proper club. And nice ground, good fans.
Yep.
I was really pleased they performed so well.
It shows how well they're doing as well in the league, because League One is getting tougher and tougher.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You look at the top and you look at like Birmingham, Wrexham, you're looking at Wickham, Stockport up there as well. So credit to the job he's doing there.
Brilliant. And they've got Mansfield at home tomorrow, then Lincoln at home on Saturday. They're 3 points off the playoffs. They've got a game or even 2 games in hand. Orient, I think I'm right in saying, they haven't been in the sort of second level of English football for certainly more than 40 years anyway. Yes. So that would be an amazing achievement. I think he's a talented manager as well.
100%. Yep. And you look, like he says there, he's going to make changes. If I'm some of the players though, Jeff, I'm listening like, how many changes? How many?
Well, 1 or 2 of them might need a rest after the weekend. That Charlie Coleman, goodness me.
Everywhere.
What a shift he put in.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.